Okay, thank you all for joining. Thank you also to those just coming in, and we are all ready to get started with this live session. What is Customly? Well, most of you installed the app quite recently and are either getting started with your store from scratch or beginning the process of selling personalizable products to an existing store. For both cases, we have the perfect tools to get started. So, Customily is an app that installs in your store and provides your products with live previews. So, as well as the options that your customers will be able to interact with, changing the live preview with every interaction. So, from text typing to clip art selection or image upload or custom map locations, each time your customers input their own content, the live preview will change and give you a realistic example of how your customization will look on the final product. Also, once you check out and you purchase your customized product, that information that you saw on the preview will generate a print file that you will have as a merchant ready to fulfill on any system you have, whether it's a print on demand provider or your self fulfillment. But Customity will give you the chance for you to, for example, in this example, you will be able to type your name like this, and you see how the live preview is changing as we use it. Also, on the dates, we can type whatever we want. Like that. And you see how the live preview will change. And because we have also this upload in this particular case, we can actually go for this and have our custom image uploaded, and we can actually play around with this any way we want, making sure everything looks beautiful. And this is my preview of how my product will look in the end. Also, once I add to cart and check out, this information will be rendered in a production file ready for fulfillment. So think about how you would customize products before Customity. You would need to publish a lot of images of your product, telling customers about the options available, the fonts available, and everything. And you will need to give space for notes where your customers will have to input the information, input the different choices they made. And so imagine really complex designs being your customers being able to actually customize that and transmit to you what they wanted. So once you get that information, you need to actually put together a proof, send over for review, get back with the corrections, and do a back and forth communication that can take a lot of time. And imagine that times all your orders. And after you're finished, then you can create the print file and fulfill. So Customity has simplified all this process but by giving you, the merchant, the power to create whatever product and design you want, and also give your customers the power to customize that and preview that. And then that information will automatically create the print file. So it's a great time saver. It's a great error reduction process. And it's the greatest way that you can put together your custom product. Not only that, but like I said, you will have the print file, and you will know later that you can actually automate also some fulfillments. So to understand how Customity works, you need to know that for this that I just put together here to happen, Customity needs to load a template on the front end, as well as the option set, which is this group of options that you see here. So with the template and the option sets, you can transform any existing product in a customizable product, just like that. So basically, if you follow the steps of creating a template from scratch, you'll be able to create the options automatically. So you don't have to code any sort of text inputs or buttons or swatches or whatever. This will be automatically created. And you can connect these two files to any existing product. So as simple as that. What happens if you actually don't have any products right now in your store and you want to create those products? Well, we developed Customily 2.0 thinking about those cases. So what is Customily 2.0? Is our latest update for Etsy and Shopify stores. This allows you to create and publish personalized products easier, faster, and better than before. So those starting your stores from scratch will have more interest in this section because now you can create new products, but not only that, you can choose a product directly from a print on demand supplier, add a design to that product, and get it published in your store, all from the Customily app. So if you're working with print on demand providers and you are used to creating the products in their interface, moving them to your store, and then later being able to make them customizable, now you can do everything starting from Customily. Also, with those print on demand services that have an API connection, all the fulfillment processes will be automated. This means that once you receive a purchase, all the order details and the ready to print file that Customily created will be sent to the corresponding PLD provider automatically, and they will do the fulfillment and shipping. Finally, another interesting feature of this 2.0 tool is that you now have free access to Customily's design libraries. This means that you can find designs that are ready to use and sell, or you can grab those exclusive Clipper collection and use them in your own designs. So, once you approach Customily, you will have to answer some questions that you basically need to ask yourself. To start with, you will need to ask yourself, do I have existing products that I want to turn into customizable products? So if that is the case, then you can build your templates and create the options automatically and connect them using Customily. Now, if you're starting from scratch, you will ask yourself, will I be fulfilling with a print on demand provider? Will I be my own fulfillment because I have my printer, I have my workshop or my factory? Will I be using Customily designs that will save me a lot of time on the creative process? Or I'm very creative and I'm going to be creating my designs. So by answering those questions, you will find the right path to go inside Customily and don't get lost along the way. Customily is a very big app with a lot of possibilities depending on your case. So asking yourself these questions from the very beginning will give you the chance to use the best tools for your particular case. So we can say that there are 4 different ways to use Customily 2.0. Starting from the top left, you can work with a print-on-demand provider who has its own product catalog and add a design from Customily's library to it. This is the fastest path and the one that allows you to have a published product ready to sell in minutes. Then, to the right, you can work with a print-on-demand provider but choose to add your own designs to their products. In this case, you will have to access the Design Studio in Customily and populate your design library before you can start creating products. On the other hand, on the lower left corner, you can choose not to work with print-on-demand products because you have your own products, and if you have that information, the way to go is to start by creating your product-based library. This will basically create product information that you can later connect to, for example, Customily designs. And so when you create a product base and a Customily design, a new product will be born in your store. Of course, you can add your own designs to your own products. And this is the path that may take a bit more of time. But if you have the right information and once you have all your mockups and all your designs, all you have to do is combine them any way you want, and each combination will create your listings in your store. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Let's say I'm a store owner. I want to start selling personalized products and I just install Customily to try it out. I will land in the main menu of Customily where I can see my available options. The biggest option I see is to create new products. Okay, but I can navigate the app through this left menu section. The first three sections you see here are shortcuts to the 2.0 tools. The start menu is what you're seeing right now, where you can have a quick access to creating new products, to check out your designs and your product bases. Also, if you want to manage your designs, you can go to the My Design section. If you want to manage your product bases and create new ones, you can go to this product base section. When I say managing, I say you can delete, you can rename, you can clone, you can do whatever you want with these items. Now, the next three sections of Customily are the core elements of the app. The templates, remember, are these main files that will load on the front end on each product. And in this section, you can create, manage, and organize your templates. You can also upload and organize your assets in libraries. We have color libraries, fonts, vectors, and image libraries. Working with libraries will save you a lot of time because you can reuse items and lists. So you can have your color palettes and your fonts for different designs. You can have your own clipart collections, and you can upload them and organize them in libraries for quick access when you're putting together your designs. Finally, in the store section, you'll be able to manage your store products. Basically, you will be able to see which products are linked to Customily, how are they linked, which is the template, which is the option set. You'll be able to organize the way they load and change many settings that will help you customize the front-end experience of your customers. The orders section is where you're going to find the customized purchases created by using Customily. Once customers start customizing and buying your products, you of course will always get the information of the personalization in your order dashboard, depending if you're using Shopify or Etsy. But at the same time, you will have a backup in Customily, and you can check the customization details. You can redo the print file if there was an error that your customer reported, that they made a typo or something. You will always have the chance to revisit what the customer created and be able to do whatever fix you need, or just keep a backup of everything. Okay, so today we are going to create the product I show you here. And the way we're going to do this is by exploring these My Designs and My Product Bases tools. So I'm going to ask myself, do I have existing products? No, I don't. I'm going to create a new product. But am I going to be working with a print-on-demand provider? No. And the reason is because I actually have an inspiration. And so, for example, I'm going to check for my inspiration. This is my inspiration. I found this. I happen to be able to get a lot of these wooden boards, and I am able to print on them or engrave, depending on, or I can engrave and then I can paste also this picture. So this is what I want to offer, and I actually have the machines to do this. I have everything in my workshop. I have stock, so I can actually create a product base and then create as many designs as I want, depending on what I want to offer as listings. So that will be my scenario. And it's very important to sit back and ask yourself this and see your inspiration and see what do you need to use Customily. Basically, what you are going to need is, well, this is our inspiration, and you need to think, what am I going to be personalizing? I'm going to be personalizing this picture here. But I actually want to show this as this is going to be like a full print. So I'm able to print this button here and this picture, and then I want to have this quote, this message that will change depending on the occasion. And then I will want my customers to be able to customize the name and the date, and of course, upload their image. So what do I need? I actually need the plain product. Basically, this is what I need. And then I also need to create some graphics that will be putting together this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up using Canva, okay? And so I think it's a tool that many of you work with. and it's going to be very comfortable for you later to create your own and replicate. We're still going to share some ideas also. But first, before going into the designs, I need to create my product base. That's the steady information data that I have right now. Is I have this blank product that has 15 by 10 centimeters, and that's what I need to create. So what I'm going to do is, going back to Customily, I will create a product base first. This product base will be the announcement wood sign. Okay, and we know we need to print in 150 by 100 millimeters. That's a data we have of our particular product. So let's create that new print area. Basically, what I'm seeing here is, okay, so whatever design I pick in the future will be placed on this proportion print area. Okay, that's and I need to actually know how am I going to be printing this. So let's say my machine will somehow print with transparency on the wood, and it's going to look amazing. And so all I need is a BNG in 300 dpi resolution. Of course, I can pick vector exporting formats like EPS, DXF, and PDF, depending on the level of graphics I want, and images like PNG, JPEG, and also Illustrator or Melco embroidery as well. But in this case, I know my machine will read a PNG 300 dpi, and the print area I need is this. So this is my print setup, my production file settings. This is the first step of my product base. Then when I click next to go to the second step of the product base, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this print area on top of a mockup. So I get to create the preview that my customer will see, and they will customize and get the final. So customers don't want to see how the print will look like. That's your information. They want to see how the product will look like. So you see here, this is the print area that we created, has a specific proportion. So even if I move around this, it will not lose the proportions. And I have three choices here to add, for example, product image, and then a mask if I want to add some texture and some shapes. Very useful when it comes to phone cases and pillows and blankets. And if I want to add extra information, I can add more images, maybe mockups or guides, so I can place my print area on my product image and be very precise on how the product will be printed in the end. Because I mean, it's very important to understand that t-shirt, for example, we have a print area, but that print area should be closer to the neck or closer to the side or in the middle. That's very important. So you can put guides just to check out how they will look. In my case, I have a very simple image. So I'm going to click on Add Product Image and find this image here. If it's really big, Customily will optimize this for web view. Remember, this is for the web view. So you're able to optimize the loading time of your front end without affecting anything about the print file and the resolution that we established in the first place. So now that we have our mockup here, all we have to do is put our print area to match the real product itself. So it will have a margin and stuff, and this is how it's going to look in the end. Okay, perhaps we know for a fact that there's like a, I don't know, half an inch edge on the sides and 1 inch on the sides, and then it's the 15 by 10. So this is my product base ready to go. And the final step, the next step, remember this is the preview setting. Before I save, I get to do a final revision. And this is very important to understand how products and templates work. Now, this is a product base. Once I put a design inside the print area, it will become a new template because I will be able to print a design, and at the same time, I will be able to visualize this on the front end. So whatever customers type in or modify in here will automatically replicate here. And they will see this, but you will print this production file. So that's the concept behind Customily and how we can do both things at the same time. So let's save it. And this is the place in which you can add variants. So if you happen to have a lot of different wool colors, you could actually upload those images and they will populate this variant as a color variant, size variant, etc. But in this case, we don't have any variant, so we're just going to stick with this empty. Save the product, and there you go. Now we can actually start creating designs. Right, this is my product-based collection, but right now I'm in here, product-based collection. I can search for the announcement, and it will be here, ready to go. I can edit again, clone, delete, anything I want. So basically, I can actually come to the start, create a new product, and you see here I get to pick any product from these print-on-demand providers, but also I can have my own products. And this is what I'm going to click here today. Here I can find a lot of products, but basically because this is in alphabetical order, announcement wood sign is here. So this is my product. There are no variants to select, but if there were variants, I am able to pick different colors, sizes, etc. So if there are no variants, I can click next and jump into the design selection. So if I had designs, let's say I don't have any designs yet, I can still start with something, which are the Customily designs. And we have over 200 designs here to play with and to create our products using this. Once you create a design, you have free access to the characters, to the quotes, to the cats, the dogs, everything. So you could actually grab the items that put together this kit and create your own ideas. So there's nothing stopping you from using this at all. You can browse through the different categories and end up with whatever you want and just pick one of these, and the process of creating the new product will begin. But now I want to actually create designs. So I will go back to the start and create a new design. My idea is to create designs. For example, let's go with the engaged design one. I have two quotes for engagement. So let's create a new design. By default, you start off in the design studio with a square big area. But you can resize this to fit the proportions of your design. Basically, the reason why I want to do this is because if I have the right proportions, then I am able to organize my assets better. So I'm going to start with this 150 by 100, yeah, like that. So that's my proportion. And remember what I wanted to do in the first place. I want to do this. And for this, I need to start with at least a quote. So I'm going to create my quote, and I'm going to use Canva for that. So I have Canva here, and let me go and create a new design. The new design can be okay. Let's create something from custom size. Okay, we can actually turn this to be the same as we have here, like this by this. Yeah. Okay, so I had a quote idea. Imagine this is our big area to print, right? So this is our print area, and I want to put together like the pin and the Polaroid and everything. So I could actually start looking for elements and put together something. Let's say Polaroid. Yeah. Okay, let's see what happens like this. So I could have this, but I want this to be yeah, this could be something nice, or this is going to change this like that. I think I'm going to be using this because it has this image like that, right? So let's say I put this. Let's say I can rotate this slightly like this. Okay, perfect. Now this is going to be one of my designs, and I can put like I wish I had, let's see all. I wanted one that had like stickers or something. Yeah, change my mind. Okay, now I'm going to stay with this. Okay, so this is my design. Remember, this is something that you can do later any way you want. And I'm going to create a quote. Now, the quote I want to create is, I need to go with the text here, and let me check the quote that I had. That glad I have Morena to suggest great ideas. Um, I'm going to start with a heading here, and this heading is something that I want static on my design, which is for engagement. We have okay, get your dancing shoes on. Okay, this is one idea, and let me try to arrange this like this. Put a nice font. Okay, like this, and then we are going to create another heading, which is we are getting married. So this is your announcement, okay, and we are going to okay, let's change this to another font. Oh no, not the best. Just trying to get a fee. Yeah, I also wanted to do something like this. Okay, we're getting married. I like that better, like that. And since we're having this kind of nice message, let's go to elements and look some dancing shoes like that. Not idea. Shapes, photos, graphics. Okay, that's nice. Right, so this is going to be my quote, fixed quote. And here I'm going to customize the message, and here I'm going to do the rest. So one thing I want to do is, because I want my inspiration kind of showed me that this is like a brownish wooden style. So I'm probably going to look for the something like this, yeah, and that's going to be or maybe slightly like that. Okay, that's going to be the color I want to use. I want to use this also. Oh, it's saved. Perfect. So like that. Okay, and let me see if we have some. Sometimes there are some effects that I can add, but it's not the case. So okay, so this is going to be my design. So I'm ready to export this. So I'm just going to click share. I'm going to go for download. Here's the thing. I highly recommend you export with a transparent background, because we only want the elements and the rest is our product. So if you know you're going to be printing with a transparent background, you should be able to do this. If you don't have these resources right now on Canva, still working with Photoshop, GIMP, Inkscape, Illustrator, those kind of softwares will give you the chance for exporting PNGs with transparency. Customily will work better with transparencies. It's going to look better and will allow you to overlap elements on this. So let me download this, and oh, it's going, oh, great. So get on your dancing shoes on, perfect. Okay, and now we have this asset, and we can go to Customily, and this is our design. So if we're going to start our design, let's learn about the tools we have available. We can create text boxes in straight and curved. This will allow customers to input their own text, and they will be able to change fonts and colors in any way they want. Placeholders are objects that will allow customers to upload their own images and files, vectors for logos, images for any kind of photo, and you'll be able to set up the area in which they can do the upload. street maps and star maps are tools for your customers to personalize, like it says, locations with different styles, days for the star maps, and so you can put together like a really nice customizable canvas or product that will involve these sort of customizations. And then we have dynamic elements. Dynamic elements are images and vector elements that will allow you to upload to Customily your own designs. So this will be fixed and static elements that will be part of your designs. They could be backgrounds, they could be clip arts, they could be different elements that compose your concept, and they will stay there for good. So if I were to put a placeholder, this is just for my customers to upload stuff. But if I put a dynamic image to begin with, I can upload my Canva designs like that, okay? And you will be able to see how this looks nice. I can drag and move everything any way I want and rotate like any tool. But I also want to make this steady and looking exactly as the print area, so 150 by 100. And these alignment tools you see at the top here will make sure I can center this like that. So this is my design, right? I'm going to open the layers here, and I'm going to call this the base design and enter. And I'm going to lock it because I don't want to move this by accident when I'm building the rest. So undo. Okay. Oh, undo. Lock it. Next things. What am I going to be offering for customization? A placeholder for my customers to upload their own image. The shopper's photo will come here. So I can do this. And first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in to this. No, probably going to this and rotate this so it goes pretty much the way I want. Then I can, with the arrow keys, I can position this any way I want in here. Try to keep things as precise as possible, but it's up to you. You can click on transform. If you have everything set up already in coordinates in your own design software, you can replicate coordinates sizes here. It's going to be really fast for you if you already have that information. But by hand, you can still do things pretty fast. So this is my placeholder. I can actually try with an image, and remember the word try. So if I click here and I upload an image just for testing like a customer would do, this image will not stay forever. It will just be for testing purposes. So I'm going to put this, and you see I have a slightly square or 100% square placeholder, but my image could actually be landscape or portrait. So the way I can make sure everything gets filled is by going to the, you see we have always the transform tool, but we have several different tabs here to modify objects. In this case, image behavior will allow me to play around with this sort of effects. I could go grayscale with my uploaded image, which is actually pretty cool. I'm going to keep that. And I can check fill area to make sure it's going to cover everything. Also, there are some integrations to create some effects. There are like removing backgrounds and cartoonizing and face cutting out. But these are have been covered on other live sessions. Just play around with them if you want. My first customization is ready. Image upload to. I'm going to rename this as upload your photo. Then the next customization I want to offer is the text box. I want to offer a text box that is going to be the name of the couple. All right, and try to make sure it looks good here, like that. So that's going to be my, and I can test whatever I want in names. Very useful to having this tool because you can test out different fonts, different content, thinking about the worst case scenario of your customers. So try even invented names or something, whatever you want. Something that you will test out the box to the maximum possible worst case scenario, like that. So then let me zoom in again. I can open, you see, I have the transform tab, but I have 3 different tabs that will allow me to do some stuff to the text. For example, the color. If I open the color tab, I can actually pick the same color we have for the rest. So everything will print in this brownish. And at the same time, I can open the character tab and I can play around with the fonts. You can always pick color libraries and pick font libraries, and you can add fonts one by one by changing the options and picking fonts one by one. You can upload your own fonts here, but once you upload, you will end up having like a big database, and you can play around with this um, like that. So I had this, I like it, this one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is kind of the example I did. And you see, I have the current text size that I can fit here is 20. So even if my maximum size is 50, the truth is I will never see 50. I will see as much as 20. Or I can reduce this to, I don't know, 1 letter, and I have 26 as my maximum size. That is actually pretty handy to know the sizes, because if I keep typing, I will keep going down and down and down and shrink until I reach the minimum size. Minimum size will stop at some point that it says, okay, below this is not printable. So I don't know, below 5 is not printable. It's not nice. So customers cannot keep typing just to reach minimum size 5. They will reach 15, or maybe I can just go up and limit this to 18, so people will not keep typing forever. That's my setup of this first text. And this will be the type your names. So to save time, I'm going to hit the Control C, Control V to copy this. So basically I did Control or Command C and Control V to paste, or Command V to paste. And I'm going to type the dates here. I don't like the font for the date, so I'm going to change the font to something different. For example, this is the one we use. This is too big, so I'm going to reduce this to something like this. I can select both elements and align them perfectly like that, and that's it. So now I have a date selector, and I have a name selector, and I can come here and says type the date, like that. This is my customization. Has the color, has the font, has everything. I have a base design that I created on Canva really fast. I have an upload my photo, I type my name and type my date, and I don't need anything else about my design. So we're ready to go and connect this design to our product. So I'm going to save this. And done. There's a new design on my design collection called the engaged was the one. Okay. Yeah, engage design 1. That's the one here. Yeah. So now we go to the start menu, and we see our brand new design and our brand new product base. And now we can connection and create a brand new product. I'm going to create product base, find my announcement wood sign. There are no variants like we did before. And I click next. And when I pick my design, instead of going to the Customily designs, I'm going to my designs. It should be here because it's the first one we do, or I just find this here in the engaged design. While this is building, I have a couple of questions to answer. But what's happening right now is Customily is putting together a new template, which is the combination of a design and a product base. And this template will load on a brand new product that is being created at the same time in my store. So I will have a brand new listing, I will have a brand new option set and a template, and everything will look here in the final definition. You see, this is loading my new template that is brand new and just created. Okay, and this is my design. You see, I can play around with the preview. For example, I can upload my photo and check this. It will come in black and white. I can type my names. We said this would be and like that. Or maybe we can make it smaller. You see, as customers, you can see the end result and do this. Okay, so I want this to look nicer, so I'm going to put my nicknames and stuff. And then the date will be, I don't know, 12/25. No, that's like Christmas, like that. Oh, this is an announcement, so it's going to be, no, 24. Yeah, perfect. So this will be my announcement. If I like this image as my new customized image, I can save this to be my new listing photo by clicking here. Now, there was a question says that the box say type name here, or is it below the box? Well, it's above, you see that. Indications here will guide your customers into what to type, but you can also modify the option set to have a suggestion put here, like a placeholder or something, so customers can actually not only get the instructions that says type your names, but also get an example of what they should be putting. So you can customize this interface here and add even help text to say keep your characters to maximum size or whatever, or you can limit the size yourself. So the way options and instructions show up are like this. Before I publish this product, I want to change this. Why? Because this is my wood sign, but I want this to be engagement wood sign 1. Okay, so I'm going to click edit product details in here, and this is a quick shortcut to my Shopify store. I can go to Shopify and change this, but I'm going to be doing this for faster performance. I'm going to do this here, so it's pretty much ready to go. I can even change my description and have things going. So engagement sign 1 wood sign. Yeah. Save, and now we have an updated product with the image we created. Everything is ready to go. So without anything less to review in this page, just click publish, and this is the new product ready to go. You see, this is the listing photo I created, and this is Customily loading template and options all the way here. And I can customize live on my store without any problem. And rearrange this to look like that. Yeah, so this is a brand new product ready to go on my store. I'm going to do another design really quick so you can see that I can keep my product base and still create multiple designs. So I will create a new design. And in this design, I will, of course, put the engagement to, I'm going to do actually the other one we had, which was like a baby announcement, like an adoption announcement. So design 1. So, for example, just to show you can see that there's no limitations. I'm going to resize this because it's better if I keep proportions as we are here. Yeah, like that. And if we go to our Canva setting, I'm going to duplicate this page. Okay. And what I'm going to do is change the quotes. Change this. I'm going to change everything. Probably it's going to be one quote and no designs like this. So it's going to be +1 for Christmas, and bigger like that. Let's change the font to I don't know. Yeah. Okay. This could be a good idea. So you see, sticking with my original design, and nothing else needs to be done. Just remember, this is the print area, or the customization area. This is the one. In fact, if you actually want to change things, you can change this Polaroid to something different. Let me go again to elements, Polaroid frame, and go with this, for example. Oh, I put it here. So I'm going to put this here. Try to keep the same proportions because we know this is actually working nice, like that. Okay, this has the clip and no, okay. Driving you insane, sorry. Just not happy with any design at all. Okay, this one. Let me just get my ideas straight and like that. Okay. Now we'll stay with this. So there's a white area here. I still don't know exactly where. Let me just see. Oh, there it is. So if I were to change this, and let me change this to, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to see this frame like that. So I have this, and I'm good to go with my new design. So again, I'm going to download. I'm going to download the second page with transparent background. Call this the +1 +1. Yes, and go back to Customily. And here we'll do the same process. We're going to create a dynamic image. We're going to put on the different different text elements and everything. But what if we save some time? What if we go to the design studio here, and instead of creating a brand new design, we go to engage, oh, and we clone this. Remember, we are in the process of optimizing time, optimizing creativity like this. So now we have engage, have this cloned version, and we're going to call this the +1 design right here. So this is our new design. I'm going to click edit and edit the cloned version, which is going to be faster for me. Why? Because I'm keeping pretty much everything here. I'm keeping the base design, just unlocking this and changing my image for this +1. As simple as that. We'll look it again, of course. And of course, my upload photo will have to adjust again like this. I'm probably going to zoom in to be more precise. Let me see the rotation part like that. Okay, and like that. Okay, and this and this. So this is my adjustments to the upload your photo. Type my name, type my dates will be the same. What we can do is change the fonts. I don't like this one. Let's go with this one. Yeah, and the date will stay the same. So for example, I should decided to change these fonts and I'm good to go. Now, question that I think is appropriate to address now. So just to make sure I understand, Customily does not do the printing. It still goes to other sources. I follow the custom options for personalization. Yes, Customily does not do fulfillment. We Customily is an, as you can see, is an asset organizer, and is a hub for you to put together your assets that you will create outside, create the template, which in the end is what loads on the front end. And that information that you saw on the template structure will gather the information that you customize and create a print file. That print file will either stay in your order details because you do your own fulfillment. In this case, I do my fulfillments. So I'm going to download that information from my order dashboard in Shopify or Etsy. Or if you create the product using print on demand information, then the print file will go to them for fulfillment. We never do the fulfillment. We provide the connection and the time optimization for that fulfillment. I hope that answers the question. So yeah, Matthew +1 for Christmas, like that. So save design, and you see how fast I was able to sweep this and now save it. The reason why I'm being asked if I want to save and update the options and save is because I am editing an existing design. So for the first time, you save. The second time, if you do some editing that involves changing a background or moving stuff around, you will keep the options because you didn't change anything. Now, if you add fonts, add objects, add colors, or change IDs or whatever, you need to save and update your options. In this case, I will save it because I kept the same elements and all I did was change a rotation, a size, and I changed a font, nothing like that. So, and the background, of course. Okay, so now you see I was able to clone a design, change really fast, and as fast as I did that, I can create a new product using the same product base because it's always my product, and I'm just changing what I'm offering on the front end. I'm offering an engagement design one product and an announcement, a baby announcement design one, and then I'm going to have design 2, 3, and 4. I can keep going on this. Just pick from my designs, go to the last page and find this +1 design. The process will repeat. A new listing will be created on my Shopify store. A new template will be created using the design information and the product-based information. And this new template will also create the options, and everything will be loaded on the front end. Okay, this is the new template loading, and this is my presentation. One thing that I recall is I think I kept the same settings of black and white and full. So let's pick an image, for example, this ecography image. Yeah, there you go. Filling everything and like that. So I'm going to type the name and this is going to be like that because we don't have a date. So this will be my new listing photo. And I'm going to change the name of the product again because I want this to quickly be able to, I want this to be quickly identifiable in my store. So again, it was like 7, I believe. And this will be +1 baby. Yeah, save this. Okay, that's one. And don't know reason for this. I'm not just trying to see. The preview is a quick way. One thing, if you want to add multiple images to your listing photo, you can have, okay, so this was one image and, or hey, who knows? You may want add a pet to your, and you want this to be an announcement because it's a very important moment. So if you want to suggest this, just click on the preview button and save this as an image, and you will have a brand new listing. So listing pet, and you have listing baby and stuff. And you see there's no limitation for that, and you can have multiple images on your Shopify or Etsy listing, and you can create them all here before you even publish this. So when you publish, you can then start building your listing faster. But I can change the photo, change the name, everything, preview, save again, and again, and again, and again, until I have a full gallery of images that I can populate my listing and make it very attractive. Okay, so, okay, let's publish this. And it will open my store again and the product automatically. Well, I named this plus one baby. No, that my bad. So go to this and check out the products. Maybe I need to refresh my product. I can't stand to have that there. Okay, plus one. Nobody told me anything. Baby. Okay. Yeah, so I named this plus one baby, so it won't be used as pets and everything, or plus one family member. That would be another way of calling this, and we can use this for multiple ideas we can suggest. But this is now live in my store, and I am able um, to customize this live anything I want. And I'm using the same product base, just two different designs. And you can keep adding designs, and just create a new listing based on the same product all the time. So questions, when you save file, it automatically loads to website. When you publish the product, it will open on your store. If you click draft, it will take you back to Customily, and the product is still there. It's just save it as a draft, and you can later make it active once you put together stuff about your listing independently. So to summarize a bit what we covered, the difference between a design and a template. The template is the file that loads on the front end of any product and is the combination of a design and a product base. The product base can come from our own collection or from a print-on-demand provider, and the design can come from our creation or Customily designs. But only when you combine those two that a unique template is created. Also reading some other, how can I change a template and then change the listing image for Shopify? You saw how you can change the listing just by being on the listing itself and customizing something, hitting preview and saving. This is the fastest way to go. If you want to check the backend, remember in this area, you will see that templates is the section where you can preview where and you can manage all the templates, the one you create by hand, because you have an option to create templates. Or if you check, in this case, the last modified, you will see the ones that Customily created for me, the announcement sign and the engaged and the plus one. For example, if I were to edit this template just to see what looks on the inside, I will see my design on the print area of the product base. These are the same items we had at the beginning. This is the print part. You see, it has the export format and resolution of my product base, but the elements of my design. Then if I jump to the next step, in this case, if I want to modify something because I realize I want this to make it smaller or whatever, I can just grab the items and just make them smaller, right? Make sure that you check out if you reduce some on the sizes, you may need to adjust the size of some text elements, for example. If I'm happy with these modifications to my print element, I can jump next on the template and see the same that I saw on the product base. The product base had this print area empty, and it's only when you create the template that the elements of the design will show up on the mockup. Again, because we made some adjustments to the print size, we may want to replicate that here. And this is how you change a bit. In fact, you can actually come to product images and you can change this image to this background to another image, for example. Yes, that's another thing you can do. I don't want to do that, but just so you know that you're always capable of changing stuff again. And once you're happy with your changes of this particular template that will reflect on this particular product, then you can click next and save it. Always remember that the template basically will have two stages. The preview is where your customers type in, and the print is where that same information will be rendered for printing purposes. Where do we get the graphics from? Well, you saw an example. Canva is a great way. You can also buy graphics or create them on your own, find them on free or paid stock collections. There's a lot of ways to put together. I think the only limitation is your own ideas. That's what I will encourage. I was answering a question that where do I get the graphics? Yes. And how do you balance the images to fit the frame? Let me show you again. This is my design. Remember that in order for me to learn where to put the graphics, I created this resizing of my workspace. But this is my workspace. So if I pick, you're seeing me right now. Yeah, perfect. If I pick all my options and I see the blue box that wraps around everything, if I were to reduce this because I want more margins, more empty area around, the problem is that the blue area, the blue box at the end is the design itself. The workspace will not matter. This is just for me to have a guide on the size. So even if I have this as a square and I put this together as a rectangle, the only thing that will go to the template when creating the template, the only thing that will combine with the print area is the blue box. So right now, by reducing this and thinking, yes, I have more space on the edges, this will not happen like that, because the only thing that will go to the template will be the blue part, the blue box. So if you want this to respect the proportions that you created here, you need to grab the biggest item, the item that is locked on the height because there's a proportion, and you need to stretch it. You see, it's going to stay the same because the height doesn't change. If I change this, then it's going to be bigger. But if I keep only this on the edges, or I can go transform and put it to 150. Now, what Customily will do is grab this blue box, and the width will be fixed to the 150. So the rendering will be 150 on the template, and the print area will be respected because your width will cover everything. So now you will have the space on the edges, and you will have the space on top and bottom. That is a really interesting trick if you want to control the balance and the positioning of your designs on the print area, but your designs are not that big on the box, are actually pretty small. You will either have to have like a large box. For example, you could set this to be this text to say, okay, I want this text to be 20 characters limited, but I'm going to be extending this like that, so it will save my entire print area. Those are tricks that you need to pay attention when you have like a floating design on a big print area. You need to have one box. It could be a box with a transparent PNG, so it's just a box with nothing. But pay attention to that, because otherwise it's going to try and fill the entire print area with the objects you have inside your design. Okay. Based on your projection, what kind of personalization should we focus on for quarter 4? For example, acrylic plaques, engraved jewelry, etc. I'm pretty sure my teammates were able to answer this over the chat, because I'm not that qualified to give you that kind of projection. Examples, well, ornaments, definitely, acrylics. I would suggest that you get very creative on the designs. You don't have to, you can use our clip arts and you can put together your own ideas, but think about what your customers would like to customize. It's not something just the name or the image, but it's sometimes related to a specific message or something. Customily will give you all the tools to put together that, but you have no text limits, no image limits, no upload limits, no fonts or color limits. It's up to you to come up with the design and thinking about which part of this design I want customized, and then get the necessary assets to make it happen. So it's not about the product, it's about the idea, because then you can grab that design, that idea, and put it on an ornament, on a t-shirt, on a blanket, on an acrylic. um, I guess the product will kind of be something you can spot on the trending, but it's the design that will set you different. How to make the templates to resize to the products. If you could use the Christmas red truck with the dogs, I would appreciate it. Um, I could do that. Let me see that while I'm once you have uploaded a design that you already published, how do you get it to update on your print on demand provider with the changes? I'm sorry, I don't know this question itself. I have updated a design and I already published this. No, it's okay. I can change my designs, but it will not change the templates that were created before that change. My changes to the designs or the product base will apply to future products. If you want to make changes to your existing products that were already made with this, you will have to change the templates or create them again with the modifications. That is up to you. But imagine if we updated this design by accident and we affect dozens of products that are live. It will be kind of very a very complex and very chaotic scenario. So now these elements are bases that you keep and you reuse as much as you want. But once they are combined into a unique template, then any changes to the live template will have to go to the template. Now, this design, this update, it will not go to any print-on-demand provider. The information goes to the POD after the purchase, exclusively with the print file generated by the custom data from your customers. So there's no steady information on the POD side. The information is only Customily. The print-on-demand will only get a PDF or a PNG ready to print. For them, the connection is basically an order they need to fulfill and ship. Nothing more than that. There's nothing created or stored in particular in the POD. Imagine if you had to create a unique product with a unique set of customizations for each customer customizing. It will be so many products in your POD that we will be unmanageable. So we don't create products in the POD. You don't have to create products in the POD. We create the connection, so the print files, the artwork, will go straight to them. That's the concept. Can you use a template to modify the mockup that a print-on-demand provider has given you after the mockup image? Yes, you can. By default, you will get, for example, you will get a standard mockup. And if you have the graphic resources to create something super nice, like a context and whatever, you can definitely go to the template after this has been created and modify the product image. Like I did, and you saw I was able to modify the product image without any problem. But just in case, let me show you, because I don't know what part I was not sharing. Quickly, here. So this is the print part, and in the preview part, what you can do is grab this object called product image and upload something new. something from your own creation. So there's no limitations in that. You can, after you have created a POD product, the connection has been made. So the template will load on the front end, and you can modify that template because in the end, like I said, all the POD wants is the print file with the order details ready to go. It doesn't matter what template you're using, what uh, um, preview you're showing to your customers. That's in you to improve and make it super nice and attractive. And we give you the tools to do that. Like I said, we provide the basic mockup because it's what the POD provides, but you can always change that if you feel you're going to be communicating better with a better preview. Can we also chat about updating products once they have been published? We actually did that because I modified this template, and if I refresh this, I should be able to load the new template. And you see the template now should be a bit smaller. Yeah, it's going to be smaller. You see, there's more area on the sides. So you see, once you modify a template and you save the template, it updates automatically on the front end. If I were to modify these options for, say, I want to type my name, my date, and then I want to upload my photo, I can do that also and refresh to quickly update this. For example, remember that in Customily, I told you in the store section, you can manage your products, and you see link products here. If you have multiple stores, you can browse through different stores. And these are all my products. Some are connected to Customily, some others are not. I can filter those and look for the baby. Okay, let's see, baby here. This is the product that I created with my product base and my design, and this is the mockup image, and this is the template that is being used right now. I can open this here, and this is the option set that I can open it here. It will open a new tab and say, okay, I have three options: upload your photo, type your names, and type the date. And I can preview them here. So this is what my customer sees. And okay, I actually want to do this. Yeah, like that. Because I have realized that the flow of the customization is better this way. And then I come here and I refresh, and now it's upside down. This is fully customizable, so it's up to you to create the nice flow for customization. But it's something so fast and so engaging that you can customize, preview, and check out in 1 minute. And well, that's conversion rate. There's no other way to call that. Let me see if we have some other questions. Yeah, there was a question about using using my product base. Yeah, my product base of the announcement would sign with a Customily design, with the one of the truck and the dogs. So instead of coming here, what I have been doing, I will come here, find the Christmas truck, this one, and I pick this. This takes maybe 30 seconds more than the other because of the amount of graphics. But you see, nothing stops you from using Customily designs any way you want. Now, I don't know how this design will look um, on my wooden sign, but we're going to see that it's going to look nice because it's going to be fitted into the print area, so nothing will be cropped out. But if you later want to move the print to the side and you want to add a quote, for example, that's something you can definitely do. You can always go to the template and modify the original creation to make it unique. The time saving is all the putting together of the graphics, all the listing creations, all the template creation, and you just go to something already made and you change a couple of things. For example, what I would change in this case is I would probably move the track to the side and put like a message or something. That would be nice. But you see, this is a Customily um, customization, really nice. It's always Charlie there, yeah. And yeah, that's a good way to do that. And you want to improve this, just keep it as a draft here, go to the template and modify this so it's going to look the way you want. But you save a lot of time because you already have the mockup. You already have the tree, the truck and the dogs and the options and everything. I mean, this goes really complex because you can have up to 3 animals at the same time, okay? And this is all done automatically, so you don't have to bother about putting together this. You just want to use this and make it even better. So just by keeping this as a draft and looking at your templates, you'll be able to find that template that is the last one created and edit this to your likings. Just in case you have any other questions, always be go ahead and reach out to our support team at support@customily.com. Also, you can open a live chat in the app. We have a live chat open on office hours EST. And also join our Facebook communities. There's a lot of sharing, there's a lot of helping, there's a lot of information out there that people are freely sharing and tips, tricks, ideas. These communities are really amazing, so I welcome you to join. And I also want to congratulate you for getting the September tickets for assisting to this live session. Keep collecting tickets for the challenge. Don't forget about that. Keep track of your tickets, okay? And well, that's all the time we have for today. I was happy to extend this for you because I think there was a lot of interesting questions. So I thank you all for joining. Thank you all for asking. And we'll see you next week with some cool products. Have a great weekend.